My child, a witch's dark plan just backfired in the most devastating way, because what this witch didn't expect was that the curse she tried to send would boomerang and land right at her own doorstep. Yes, my beloved, the very pain she crafted with malice, aimed at someone you hold so close, your son, has now turned against her. Her own son is caught in the storm she unleashed, suffering under the weight of her choices. I know your heart is racing, your mind filled with questions. Who is this woman? What did she try to do? How did it all go so terribly wrong? And why is her child now paying the price? I hear you, my child, and I promise you, I'm going to reveal every truth, every hidden motive, every twist in this story that no one saw coming. Stay with me, because this isn't just a tale of someone's failed plan. It's a message from the heavens, a reminder that light always triumphs over darkness, that love overcomes envy, that truth rises above deception. For the next few minutes, I'm going to take you on a journey, one that will stir your soul, move your heart, and fill you with hope. So, let's begin, my child, and uncover the truth together. This story didn't start yesterday, or even last week. No, my child, it began long ago, in the quiet corners of a heart consumed by jealousy. This woman, this person who thought she could wield darkness, had been watching your son for a long time. She saw the way he carries himself, the way he shines with a light that draws people in. His kindness, his strength, the blessings that seemed to follow him, it was all too much for her. She couldn't bear it. Not because she didn't have her own blessings, but because she couldn't see them. Her eyes were fixed on your son, on his joy, his success, his peace. And instead of turning to me, instead of asking for guidance to find her own path, she let that jealousy take root, growing into something dark and dangerous. For months, maybe even years, she carried this bitterness inside her. It wasn't loud or obvious. No, my child, jealousy is quiet at first. It whispers in the shadows, planting seeds of resentment. She watched your son rise, saw the way people admired him, the way opportunities came to him, the way he walked through life with a grace she couldn't understand. Those whispers in her heart grew louder, turning into a voice that told her, if I can't have that, neither should he. That's when she made a choice to step into a world she didn't fully grasp, a world of shadows and secrets. She started searching, my child. She didn't turn to prayer or seek the light. Instead, she dove into places where darkness lingers. She scoured the internet, found websites and forums filled with strange teachings, rituals, chants, methods she thought could give her power. She read about things she had no business touching, things that promised to bend the world to her will. She spent nights piecing it together, convinced she was clever enough to pull it off. She believed she could control the darkness, direct it, aim it straight at your son. She thought she'd found a way to dim his light, to steal his joy, to make him feel the pain she carried inside. But, my child, she was wrong. So very wrong. The moment she tried to send that curse, something happened, something she could never have predicted. The heavens were watching, my child. I was watching. And I don't let darkness touch those who are under my care. Your son is protected, surrounded by a shield of light that no evil can pierce. So when she unleashed her plan, when she spoke those words and performed those acts, the darkness didn't go where she wanted. It couldn't. It turned back on her, like an arrow shot into the wind, returning to the one who fired it. And it didn't just stop at her, it reached her home, her family, her own son. Right now, as I speak to you, her son is struggling. Not with a sickness you can see with your eyes, but with a heaviness in his spirit. It's a weight that came from his mother's actions, a consequence of the darkness she tried to wield. She sees it now, my child. She sees her son suffering, and it's breaking her heart. She's crying out, begging for help, pleading for mercy. But I need you to understand something, her tears aren't coming from a place of true regret. Not yet. She's crying because her plan failed, because the pain she meant for your son is now in her own home. She's scared, desperate, searching for a way out. But the heavens don't work that way. Mercy isn't something you can demand or trick your way into. It comes to those who truly turn away from the dark, who lay down their pride and choose the light. You might be wondering, my child, why her son? Why should someone innocent bear the weight of her mistakes? I hear the ache in your heart, and I'll answer that, but first, I need to show you what drove her to this point. It wasn't just jealousy, though that was the spark. It was something deeper, something that had been growing in her for years. She looked at your son and saw everything she wished her life could be. She saw the love that surrounds him, the way people are drawn to him, the way he seems to walk through life with a purpose she couldn't find. And instead of turning to me, instead of asking for her own path, she let that envy consume her. She convinced herself that if she could hurt your son, if she could take away his light, it would somehow make her feel whole. She thought tearing someone else down would lift her up. But, my child, that's not how it works. When you sow pain, you reap pain. When you plant darkness, you harvest darkness. And that's what she's learning now, in the hardest way possible. Her son is suffering, not because I wanted it, not because I took joy in her pain, but because she chose a path that carries consequences. As it says in the scriptures, do not be deceived, God cannot be mocked. A man reaps what he sows. She sowed envy, and now she's reaping its fruit. Let me take you back to the moment it all went wrong for her. She thought she had everything she needed. She'd spent weeks, maybe months, preparing. She found words to say, objects to use, rituals she believed would work. She sat alone in her home, under the cover of night, and she spoke those words, performed those acts, sent out that energy toward your son. She was so sure it would work. She imagined your son struggling, hurting, losing his way. She pictured him falling, his light fading, his joy slipping away. She thought she'd won. But the moment she released that darkness, the heavens intervened. The curse couldn't touch your son. It couldn't even get close. Instead, it turned back, like a wave crashing against a rock, and it flowed right into her own home. Her son, innocent and unaware, became the one to bear the weight of her actions. Right now, she's watching him struggle, and it's tearing her apart. She's crying out, asking for forgiveness, begging for a way to undo what she's done. But I need you to know, my child, her cries aren't enough on their own. True change comes from a heart that's broken open, a heart that's ready to let go of the darkness and step into the light. She hasn't reached that place yet. She's still holding on to the bitterness, the envy, the pride that led her here. But the door to mercy is still open, if she chooses to walk through it. Let's go deeper, my child, because there's more to this story. Picture her in those moments after she sent out her curse. She was waiting, expecting to hear news of your son's struggles. She thought she'd feel powerful, victorious. But instead, something shifted in her own home. Her son, who was once full of life, started to change. His smile faded. His energy dimmed. He became quiet, distant, carrying a heaviness she couldn't explain. At first, she didn't connect it to what she'd done. She thought it was just a phase, something that would pass on its own. But it didn't pass, my child. It grew heavier, darker, more real. She started to panic. She went back to the places where she'd found her so-called knowledge, searching for answers, looking for a way to fix it. She scrolled through websites, reread the forums, tried to find a solution. But the darkness doesn't offer solutions, it only deepens the chaos. She tried everything she could think of, more rituals, more words, more attempts to control what she'd unleashed. But nothing worked. That's when it hit her, my child. That's when she realized the truth. The pain she meant for your son had come back to her own doorstep. It wasn't an accident. It wasn't a coincidence. It was the consequence of her choices, the harvest of the seeds she planted. Now, every day, she sees her son struggle, and it's a mirror reflecting her own actions back at her. She can't escape it. She can't run from it. The darkness she thought she could control has turned on her, and it's teaching her a lesson she'll never forget. She's living in that reality now, waking up each morning to the weight of what she's done. She's pleading for mercy, crying out for help, but her heart hasn't fully turned yet. She's still clinging to the pride that led her here, still wrestling with the envy that fueled her actions. But even now, my child, there's hope for her. Not because she deserves it, but because I am a God of mercy. I don't turn away those who come to me with a genuine heart. If she chooses to let go of the darkness, if she lays it all down and seeks the light, there's a path forward. But it's her choice, my child. I won't force it. I never do. Let's shift back to you, my beloved. I know this story has stirred something in you. Maybe you're angry, maybe you're confused, maybe you're afraid. But hear this clearly, your son is safe. The darkness this woman tried to send couldn't touch him. It never will. I've placed a shield around him, a light that no evil can break through. His joy, his strength, his purpose, they're protected by me. And I want you to know something else, your son's light isn't just a gift for him. It's a gift for you, for the world, for everyone who knows him. That's why this woman was so threatened by it. That's why she tried to take it away. But she couldn't, and she never will. You might be asking, who is this woman? Why did she target your son? I'm not going to give you her name, my child, because names don't matter here. What matters is the truth behind her actions, the lesson in this story, the way the heavens work to protect those who walk in light. This woman could be anyone, someone close, someone distant, someone you'd never suspect. She's someone who let envy take over, someone who chose darkness over love. And now she's seeing what happens when you walk that path. But this story isn't just about her, my child. It's about you, too. It's about the journey you're on, the love you carry, the strength you've built through every trial. You've faced hard days, moments when you didn't understand why things happened the way they did. Maybe you've lost people you loved, walked through pain you didn't deserve, wondered if you were on the right path. I want you to know something, every step you've taken has been leading you to this moment. Every tear, every struggle, every time you chose to keep going, it's all been part of something bigger. I've been with you through it all, my child. I've seen the nights you couldn't sleep, the days you felt alone, the moments you wondered if you were enough. You are enough. You've always been enough. And I'm not done with you yet. There's a new season coming, one filled with hope, with healing, with love that feels like home. Someone out there is praying for you right now, my child. They're asking for someone just like you, someone with your heart, your strength, your light. They don't want perfection. They want you, exactly as you are. This person, they're coming into your life, and it's going to be beautiful. I'm weaving your stories together, aligning your paths, preparing the moment when you'll meet. It won't be rushed or forced. It will be right, like a puzzle piece clicking into place. Trust me, my child. I'm writing a story for you that's bigger than you can imagine. All you need to do is keep walking, keep trusting, keep believing that I'm working even when you can't see it. Let's pause for a moment, my child, and reflect on what this means for you. You've been through your own battles, haven't you? Moments when the world felt heavy, when you questioned why things happened the way they did. Maybe you felt betrayed, overlooked, or forgotten. Maybe you've wondered if your prayers were being heard, if your dreams would ever come true. I want you to know this: none of it was wasted. Every moment, every tear, every step you took, it was all leading you somewhere. I've been shaping you, preparing you for something greater than you can see right now. The pain you've walked through wasn't meant to break you, it was meant to build you. The losses you've faced weren't meant to define you, they were meant to refine you. You're stronger now, wiser, more radiant than you realize. And your son? He's carrying that same strength, that same light. That's why this woman couldn't stand him. That's why she tried to take it away. But she couldn't, because I'm with him, just like I'm with you. There's a new chapter coming, my child. A season of clarity, of healing, of joy. You've been waiting for it, praying for it, maybe even doubting it would come. But it's here. It's closer than you think. The things you've been asking for, the peace, the love, the purpose, they're on their way. I'm aligning the pieces, setting the stage, preparing the moment when everything falls into place. And when it does, you'll look back and see why every detour, every closed door, every hard day was worth it. Let me tell you more about this woman, my child, because understanding her heart will help you see the bigger picture. She wasn't always this way. There was a time when she had dreams of her own, hopes for her son, a desire to see her life filled with light. But somewhere along the way, she lost sight of those dreams. She started comparing her life to others, measuring her worth against what she saw in your son. That comparison turned into bitterness, and bitterness turned into envy. Envy, my child, is a thief. It steals your joy, clouds your vision, and leads you down paths you were never meant to walk. She didn't start out wanting to hurt anyone. But envy has a way of twisting the heart, making you believe that someone else's light dims your own. She looked at your son and saw everything she thought she was missing. She saw his confidence, his kindness, the way he seemed to move through life with ease. And instead of celebrating that, instead of asking me to guide her own path, she let those feelings fester. She let them grow into a plan, a dark intention to take away what she couldn't have. She spent weeks, maybe months, preparing for this moment. She thought she was being clever, gathering pieces of knowledge from places she didn't fully understand. She found rituals online, words to say, objects to use. She believed she could control the outcome, that she could aim this darkness at your son and walk away untouched. But, my child, the darkness doesn't work that way. It's not a tool you can wield without consequence. It's a force that turns on those who call it, and that's exactly what happened to her. When she sent out that curse, she thought she was in control. She thought she'd found power. But the moment she released it, the heavens stepped in. I stepped in. Your son is mine, my child, and no darkness can touch what I've claimed. The curse she sent couldn't reach him. It couldn't even get close. Instead, it turned back, like a storm changing direction, and it landed in her own home. Her son, her own flesh and blood, became the one to carry the weight of her actions. Now, she's living with that reality. Every day, she sees her son struggle, and it's a constant reminder of what she's done. She's tried everything to fix it, going back to the same dark places, searching for answers, trying to undo what she's set in motion. But the more she tries, the deeper the chaos grows. She's learning, my child, that you can't outsmart the heavens. You can't manipulate the laws of the universe. What you sow, you reap. And she's reaping the pain she tried to send. But even now, my child, there's hope for her. I am a God of justice, yes, but I am also a God of mercy. My heart is open to those who truly seek it, who come to me with a heart that's ready to change. If she lets go of the envy, the pride, the bitterness, if she lays it all down and chooses the light, there's a path forward. But it's not an easy path. It requires her to face the truth, to admit what she's done, to turn away from the darkness completely. That's her choice, my child, and hers alone. Now, let's talk about you, my beloved. This story isn't just about her mistakes or her son's suffering. It's about your journey, your heart, your future. You've been through so much, haven't you? Days when the world felt too heavy, nights when you wondered if you'd ever find peace. You've carried burdens that weren't yours to carry, faced trials that tested your faith, walked through moments that made you question everything. But I want you to know this, none of it was wasted. Every tear you've cried, every prayer you've whispered, every step you've taken, it's all been leading you to this moment. I've been shaping you, my child. I've been preparing you for something greater than you can see right now. The pain you've walked through wasn't meant to break you, it was meant to build you. The losses you've faced weren't meant to define you, they were meant to refine you. You're stronger now, wiser, more radiant than you realize. And your son? He's carrying that same strength, that same light. That's why this woman couldn't stand him. That's why she tried to take it away. But she couldn't, because I'm with him, just like I'm with you. There's a new season coming, my child. A season of clarity, of healing, of joy. You've been waiting for it, praying for it, maybe even doubting it would come. But it's here. It's closer than you think. The things you've been asking for, the peace, the love, the purpose, they're on their way. I'm aligning the pieces, setting the stage, preparing the moment when everything falls into place. And when it does, you'll look back and see why every detour, every closed door, every hard day was worth it. Someone is out there right now, my child, carrying your name in their heart. They're praying for someone like you, someone who's been through the fire and still chooses love, still chooses kindness, still chooses to believe in something bigger. They're not looking for someone perfect. They're looking for someone real, someone whose heart has been shaped by the journey, just like yours. I'm bringing your paths together, my child. It's not a question of if, it's a question of when. And when that moment comes, it will feel like home. So, what do you do now, my child? You keep going. You keep trusting. You keep shining, even when the world feels dark. You don't need to worry about this woman or her choices. You don't need to carry the weight of her actions. That's hers to bear. Your job is to love your son, to lift him up, to remind him of the light he carries. Your job is to keep walking forward, knowing that I'm with you every step of the way. This story, my child, is a reminder of something powerful: the light always wins. No matter how dark the plan, no matter how clever the scheme, the heavens are watching, and the truth will always rise. Your son is safe. Your heart is held. And your future is bright. So, lift your head, my beloved. Take a deep breath. Let go of the fear, the doubt, the questions. I've got you. I've got your son. And I'm writing a story for you that will take your breath away. Keep walking, my child. The best is yet to come. I love you, always, completely, forever.